Hit it.
Good morning and welcome to the Too Good Health Show on WIMO 1300 AM. Sponsored by the Brad Aikens YMCA in Winder and SNBF.com, Supernatural Bodybuilding and Fitness. We are your hosts, Charles and Cheryl Barrage, owners of Too Good Health based in Winder, the premier full-service provider for all your health, fitness, and nutritional needs. Online at www.toogoodhealthllc.com. Well, to be fit, healthy, and well, it takes two. So we're here to help you, and we've got some help today with that. Special guest, Miss Dottie Kaufman, WIMO's very own Dottie Kaufman,
Hey,
and
Dottie.
Mr. Vince Hurd. So Charles, can you tell our listeners today about our show?
Yes, be glad to.
I'm
We are
excited.
excited today. We have two special guests in studio today. As Cheryl mentioned, we have our own Dottie Kaufman here.
Welcome,
And,
Dottie.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We appreciate that. And we also have Vince Hurd. He is a professional bodybuilder. And he's also a good friend of ours, so we were glad to have him in studio today. So
Right,
welcome,
can you say
Vince.
hello, Vince, to everybody out there?
Hello, good morning to everyone.
All right.
Oh, he has a good radio
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
Yes.
We may keep him. Sign him up.
Sounds good.
That's right, we got our buddy on the board, Mr.
That's
Elias.
Can you work Saturdays?
Sometimes.
I don't like Saturdays.
That's like I can hear Vince doing the smooth jazz show.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let me just say right up front, this is not fair. A bodybuilder and me. Okay.
Well, that's
you gotta
why-
explain this.
Okay.
Yes, we got some
All right.
explaining
You want
to
to
do.
explain, Charles?
Yes. Today our show is Extremes in Fitness, and I think it was important that y'all understand that we're talking about extremes in fitness, meaning fitness. It has a lot of different levels, and so for us.
Okay, you're bailing yourself out pretty good now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of levels, and I think we can sometimes assume, and most folks would assume that to be fit, you got to look a certain way, you got to do certain things, but really it's about doing what's best and what's comfortable for you,
Yeah.
and what gets results and causes you to be healthy and happy and well. So that's why we wanted to do those two extremes, just to allow everyone to see themselves on that continuum, as opposed to just presenting one picture to
Right.
people.
Right.
So for us, that's real important. So that's why we wanted to do this show. Get
Okay.
everybody a
He
chance to
got
see
out of that one real
themselves.
well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And actually, we'll start with ladies first. So we're going
Oh.
to start with Dottie.
Okay.
I think you've got a really good question for Dottie, Charles.
Yes, Dottie. Now, we know you've been doing some good things as far as your fitness and your wellness program. And so we were just excited to hear how you were doing with that. And what we wanted to just kind of start off with was, what were some of the things that kind of led you down that path? Where did
Okay.
you start, and what was it that motivated you to start doing what you're doing now?
Okay. Well, I'm not from here, so people didn't know me as a child or a teenager or
Okay.
anything. I was very, very athletic. I played all kinds of sports,
Okay.
and even into adulthood played sports. That's why I have a scar on my wrist from getting hit with a bat.
Ooh.
Playing softball as an
Ah.
adult, when I should have been sitting in the benches.
Playground.
But always fit. And then when I had to stop when I was having children and
Yeah.
I had to kind of stop all my activity, then the extra weight started to come on, and
Okay.
gradually, of course, the aches and the pains, and as you get older. And then I had breast cancer in 1998.
Oh,
So
wow, okay.
going through that, I really did a lot of research on what's healthy, what to do to combat that instead of taking a lot of medication. And
Right.
I even refused to take tamoxifen, which is
Oh,
something
yeah.
you take after
Very
breast
familiar.
cancer,
Uh-huh.
because I had too many side effects. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And the doctor actually agreed with me when I took myself off of it. But
That's good.
I learned we have to be personally responsible for our health.
Yes.
We can't leave it up to a doctor or up to even a fitness coach. It has to be us that does it. I'm doing this in baby steps. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've got a long way to go.
Mhm.
I'm old. I'm decrepit.
No,
So,
you're
um,
older.
Are you willing to share with our listeners, maybe not exactly your age, but what kind
Sure.
of decade you're in?
I'm actually the same age as Hendry, and I don't mind saying it. Now you figure that one out.
No, you just drag Henry
No,
into this. huh?
today, this year, it will be my 60th birthday.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I
Wow.
never would have thought that.
It's
You
it's
look
the honey I put on my face.
fantastic. You know what? I use honey too. Honey and sugar. That's what we eat.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I would have never thought that. You look great.
Thank you. Well,
look great.
personal responsibility took me back to curves.
Mhm.
Curves is something I can do with my bad knees and
Mhm.
other things. I can't go
Right.
jog around the. I can't do a lot of weight. I
Sure.
can't do squats or anything anymore, which I used to always do because I was a catcher. Well, I
Right.
blew my knees
Okay.
out.
Okay, gotcha.
Pretty good. So there are things I just can't do, and like you said, Charles, we have to do what we can do on an
Right.
individual basis, and it's a slow go, but
Yeah.
the weight is coming off, and I'm building strength. I can feel muscles that I probably haven't had in a long time coming back. So,
Wow.
and trying to eat healthier because I have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in the
Okay.
past 2 years. And I want to get rid of that, and I can get rid of that.
Right.
I am holding on to that promise that I can get rid of it, and I'm working at that ever so slowly.
Oh,
so
good.
Wow.
So now, are you finding that, now that you have this program, this routine that you're able to do and see results with?
yes,
Are you finding that it's easier for you on a day-to-day basis?
I'm addicted to it, and now I've
Yeah,
had some
uh-huh.
interruptions because I had asthmatic attacks where I couldn't breathe, so I had to stop for a couple weeks, and then my schedule changes. But I'm really I really find I feel so much better and
Yeah.
stronger.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I can go up and down the steps
Oh,
better.
yeah.
And you know what I found too is if I wear tennis shoes, I feel more fit because because I'm walking steadier or sturdier or
yeah.
something.
Mhm.
If I wear any other shoe, it's not. Isn't that weird?
That's-
Is that
no, that's
weird?
a good
I don't
point.
know, but if I put my tennis shoes on when I get home, I feel like I can walk more and lift more and do more. So anyway,
Great.
that's my tidbit.
Wow. Well, Dottie, you really are just an inspiration to so many, not just women, I mean just people across the board that, here you are at 60, looking great, feeling great, doing new and different things in your life, and you really hit on some important things that, that Charles and I here at Too Good Health, talk about. You said, you have to be personally responsible. That's why our little motto is, it takes two. Don't just let it be your doctor,
Right.
but also don't just let it be ourselves. Those professionals are there to
Right.
help us.
Right.
Two of you together, working together
Absolutely.
for your health and your wellness is awesome, and that it's a slow go. We
It is.
really espouse, taking your time, letting the weight drop off more slowly and gradually, because then you're more likely to keep it off.
Yes.
And that's really key, not just getting it off, but Dottie, what I wanted to ask you, and I will also we'll take a second to give a little shout out to Jan and Marnie over at Curves. Hello, ladies.
Yes. Hey, Jan. She's been a sponsor of the Dottie Kaufman
Yes.
Show
Yes, she
for
was.
a long time, and I
Great.
appreciate her backing me up as well as I'm backing her up. So I do
Great,
appreciate that.
wonderful. I wanted to ask you, Dottie, what words of encouragement, maybe if there are two things that you can tell to folks that are similar to you, maybe older, thinking, hey, I'm just getting too old, I can't exercise, I can't work out, fitness, I can't even think about it. What can you say to encourage them? Because I know you're a really great encourager of people.
Oh, I don't know about